You are listening to Let's Go, the weekly anime podcast about weekly anime from Dynamite in the Brain and Secret of the Sailor Madness. So come along and hang with the Let's Go gang. It's Dwayne.
Hello.
It's Niall.
Howdy.
And it's me, Brian. And on this day, we are talking about, that's a different thing to say. And on this day, we are talking about the anime that aired January the 10th to January the 16th, 2026. Or at least the things we watched. Starting with Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider, episode 14. I want to learn more about humans.
By fighting them.
Yes, we pick up where we left off before Christmas with our sister who does not believe in Shocker getting into a fist fight with a Shocker monster kicking his face off. The Shocker monster's already decided you'd make a really good monster lady. I'm going to skip the combatant level and just turn you straight into a monster.
I mean, she's already wearing like a tiger mask. Like she's most of the way there. It's like I know exactly the theme that you're gonna have.
And we get like a homage to the first fight from Airmaster in the alleyway against Lucha Master.
Yeah, and taking a nasty spill, hitting every fucking like fire escape and awning on the way down.
I mean, it was either that or like splat onto the pavement. That was the best case scenario. So yeah, they fight their way from an alley up a building on top of a building where she at what point does she punch his face off? Like, is it actually in the alley?
That's in the alleyway, yeah.
Yeah. Punches his face off, revealing him to be Spider-Man, and she's like, "Oh fuck, I'm in a lot of trouble." But she manages to escape by. Well, actually, he webs her to a thing, and he's gonna like hit her with a stinger, so he can turn her into a monster.
Jumps out of her clothes.
She jumps out of her own clothes, like hits, like you said, Niall, hits everything on the fucking way down to the street level. But now she's a woman in a tiger mask in her underpants, so everyone's just like not going to believe her when she says, "Fucking monsters are real, monsters are real." And he just Spider-Man's kind of like, "I'm just going to fucking get out of here." Like this is too many witnesses.
Better take the L on this and withdraw coolly.
But he can't because Batman has been watching and he swoops down.
Batman's been watching, who has a different method, and he's saying, "Spider-Man, you're being too picky. You can't be like, you'd make a great thing. I'm going to turn you specifically," and then you're like, too many witnesses. I'm going to have to back off. Me, I just turn every hot lady I see into a combatant.
Specifically idol.
Well, we can't all have like showbiz connections, Batman, to.
Yeah,
a steady pipeline of pretty young things get turned into combatants or monsters or whatever.
I assume maybe it's just him being a creepo, but like him covered in idol versions of combatant ladies, and it's just like you're using them as a recruitment process, right? Like, right? You're not just being a weirdo about this, Batman?
He's just kind of up to him and saying, "You should fucking get your act together like I did. You know, I got a gig start off myself. You're letting the side down, man. What are you doing?"
What we're trying to do is turn their whole world, like, controlled by Shocker. So more is better, right? Not being picky about it, like.
But then Spider-Man is pondering. He's thinking back to the fight with Tojima. He's like, what's going on with these humans? And then he utters the title of the episode
early on this time.
Yeah, I want to learn more about humans, and we go into the theme tune. So this has given us what I love: monster soap opera. We've got two guys who are ostensibly on the same side but are operating in different manners, and then by the end of the episode, a romance has begun between one of them and a human being.
As I explained in a couple episodes of Ganglion a while ago, it's like, the internal monster politics, man. That's too rich for my blood. I'm fine being the low-ranking guy.
Just to be out of it, you know. It is like, you know, I just feel like, again, I feel like Ganglion makes like it's lovely like pairing for it. It's like you get a real sense that's like, you know, well, man, I got promoted in fucking like, you know, in 2 years. You're still stuck in the same like, you know, this like monster level like that. Just working this like the street beat here. Like, you know, come on, you got some fucking aspirations for yourself. Maybe Spider-Man has reached where he wants to be because he's smart. He remembers the ideals of this organization, man, the principles of it.
But before we get to Senna, our new character, we've got to go with Futaba, who goes to visit Mitsuba and Yukarisu and have a conversation about, oh my goodness, my fucking idiot brother was correct all this whole goddamn time.
I like that she interrupts their romantic dinner, just couples dinner kind of thing. They're just being as grossly kissy faced as they normally are,
Mm.
and she shows up in her underpants. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, monsters are real. Monsters are real. And he's
Shocker
like,
is fucking
yeah,
right. I thought that you use rise. I hate to say it, but he's fucking right.
I'm still gonna kick his ass every time I see him though. And the younger brother's like, fair enough, like totally understandable.
Yes,
That's his
'cause that's-
phenomenon, but like, you know, just be careful because like there's like good shocker people as well. So check it out. For the get back.
Takes a fighting stance. Yeah. Dear.
And then from many volumes later in the manga, we check in on Senna. We a idol who is arguing with one of her bandmates over her
Ramen habit.
ramen habit. I was going to say lust for ramen. I feel like it's lust. But she won't chase after her friend after they've had an argument.
It's
fine that you sneak
it's
out
like an
after
addict.
practice and having
It's
a
like an
bowl of ramen.
addiction. It's an addiction, you see. It's like, no, I'm giving you an ultimatum. No, you gotta fucking like knock off this habit, or I'm going back to the band. You can just fun wallowing in stupid. It's just like, I choose going back to the band, and not even like giving a thing of fucking this is my last one. Let me finish it, and saying, yeah, I was to say it. I'm gonna do it again. I'll always come back here.
Yeah, like it'd be one thing to be like it'd be fine to eat ramen after practice and like it's because it's good carbs, it's good to build up the keep the strength up and that kind of thing. But she's having like 2 bowls like at the late night ramen.
At least 2, because she's finished one off, and then when her mate's gonna head off back to the office, she's like gets up to follow her, and then turns and sees she's still got 2 full bowls of ramen left.
So I assume she's just like, keep them coming to the guy behind the counter.
No, I've like no. At times, I've eaten like a bowl and a half of ramen. Like maybe my person opposite me, I can't quite finish it. But I'm saying, could you fun? Yes, I'm in. Give me that.
Yeah,
it's all down.
And you can see that's why she's probably put on a bunch of weight because she is finishing the entire broth every time as well. There's not a drop wasted.
Great collagen.
Yes, she's got a great positive outlook on life because all the things that her mate thinks are insults to her, she's taking positively.
What's it? Everyone calls her like the
sea lion.
The sea lion of the group kind of thing. It's like, well, people say a bit of pounds is actually pretty attractive. And
even when you're in the back, you're in the front. Everyone's intention is drawn to me, then that's just fucking jealous.
I'm making an optical illusion as a show. That's great. Yeah.
So she does eventually go and follow her friend back to the office. She sees the lights are on. The window's open, not that the lights are on. Then she gets there and the lights are off and she can't hear anybody and discovers all of the rest of her band and the staff of her management company have been bitten in the neck by a vampire, and they all turn into
initially appear dead. But they raise from the dead like shocker combatants. Like they kind of like Dracula fucking rise up and gain the skeletal uniforms, which in the low light looks like they've turned into zombies. It's very zombie.
Well, they're acting very zombie as well, like going good, moaning and groaning, shambling around.
Yeah.
I'm moving very uncanny because she just frantically escapes and fucking just gets outside and runs outside, and they also kind of hurl themselves out through the window and just flop onto the ground and then get back up again and start chasing. It's like it's nuts.
Yeah, she manages to run to a populated area, or actually she bicycles to a populated area. She grabs a bike, gets there, and she's kind of lamenting. It's like, oh my god, they're all fucking dead. Like her life has been flipped upside down.
I think the also key is she falls off her bike and nobody helps her up who's standing around in the street, which is the key thing for later on when she falls over again and is.
She did a series of nasty spills there, and I thought for a while, I having to go with this lady because of her. Of her figure, having to go with that. It felt that way for a long stretch.
But it might also be in this show. It might be establishing how fucking tough she is. That's
because her mate punches her in the face when they're having their argument.
doesn't phase her. I think the bulk is probably at least partially muscle, based on how much spills and. She doesn't fall off a building kind of situation, but she does fall down a staircase.
She's picked up a broken bike. She's walking it away, and then she spots this silver-haired, handsome man getting into an argument with a bunch of Yakuza-looking fellas. and she's like taken from him just from looking at him from behind, and she starts worrying about these guys threatening because they also pull guns and knives on him, and she can't see that he's turned his mouth into the spider mouth.
They're all berating him for doing a better job of assassinating. He's like, I never fail a job. I was like, well, you didn't fucking kill her. So like that's the thing we hired you for. So we're all threatening you now, Yakuza style. Everyone on the streets just fucking ignore it, man. I'm not gonna get involved. But she gets involved by just being the general nuisance that she's been the entire episode. So
just feels like, you know, I just like I'm not gonna stand for this in my town. You know, you leave him alone. Like, lady, you're in over your head here in more ways than one.
She uses her powerful voice to attract the attention of onlookers, and then the Yakuza are like, all right, much like with Spider-Man earlier, it's like, we got too much attention on us now. People are taking out their phones, calling the cops probably. We should just bounce out of here.
Well, they knock her to the ground, and then every single member of the Yakuza walks over her to leave the scene.
Yeah. We have seen that happen in characters in this before, but generally more reprehensible characters. But yeah.
And so Spider-Man kindly carries her, I guess, home. Carrying her somewhere.
He's carrying her away from the scene because in a princess carry, and he's when she awakes in his arms, the most romantic situations you can possibly fucking imagine. He's like, did you see anything strange about me? He needs to establish, you don't know I'm a giant spider, right? Like, do you know I'm a giant spider? Because I gotta fucking turn you if that's the case. And she's just like, holy shit, he's coming on to me. This is everything I ever fucking. And the shoujo filter kind of goes over him and her. It's great.
Not that he needs it. He kind of is that way by
He's
default.
basically there already, but she transforms in
rainbows,
this style.
sparkles, roses.
The big sparkle eyes, you know, the kind of thing.
That's like, he's going like, you know, well, you want to learn about humans? Like, you know, here's where you learn about the monster fuckers, man. They're out there.
And then we get the preview for the next episode, and I was like, okay, yeah, this must be for much later on, because I was going to mention, later on in the manga, there's a character who looks just like a character from Airmaster, but wearing glasses, and then no, he's in the next episode. So
I think it's the thing of like when you're working from something that's already gotten a ways bit in. It's like we want to do that bit and that bit from later on. Like we're just picking the bits that will be the most fun.
He's not a guy who was in the Airmaster anime. He's a guy from the Airmaster manga, and he has a different name in this. But the Wikipedia does sort of say that he looks awfully a lot like this character. I think he's also in another one of the manga as well. I think maybe 81 Diver.
Identical twin cousins.
Did not have glasses in those, but has glasses. He might be doing a Clark Kent here, for whatever reason. We will find out next week because I've really no. Because in the manga, he goes straight into the storyline with Batman next, and I guess we're waiting for that for a bit.
Yeah, I think he wants to like the Spider-Man stuff is more fun. This other guy's apparently more fun. Yeah,
I think it's fun to take Spider-Man and start turning him into a main character, and like sort of getting into what makes him tick some more.
Also, he used to direct, like, you know, connection with the Kamen Rider wannabe crew, and you know, well, he make sure you keep them centered in the story.
Right, we'll see where it goes next week. Then we've got Trigun Stargaze episode 13, Wandering Days. I thought, am I going to enjoy this after not enjoying the first one? And I could not watch it because the human characters just remind me too much of marionettes. It gives me too much of Jerry Anderson vibes in how they move.
I mean, like I like a lot of Captain Scarlet and shit, so that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. You know, I was even kind of ambivalent in this. Is just like, did I like, you know, Dragon Stampede as much as I did? I thought it was okay. It probably got better towards the end, and this is like, you know, we're kind of starting now. It's like an alternate retelling of it now, but it's a kind of similar to what happened between Trigun and Trigun Maximum. It's just where it fucking sparks off and it kind of runs and runs and runs now. And you're getting the kind of sense of it here. So it's kind of keeping more or less kind of the same as that. So we're kind of cutting ahead, like it's like 2 years after the end of the last series out there. Vash Stampede has gone missing. After July, city was like blown up, or mostly blown up. Even if you tried to stop it from being blown up. So in her time, then we'll try to catch up with people who are around. So we've go up at Meryl again. She's been a journalist now in her own right. She's wandering around getting the hot scoops. She's got her partner Millie, who was in the comic from the start originally, but now they've kind of brought her in because probably if we didn't put her into a new Trigun property, we would get letter bombs. So it's probably best we can't proceed with that.
There would be justifiable riots. Well, I mean, based on the first season as well, it's she's the old hand, she's the old reporter, kind of bringing in the new starry-eyed reporter of Millie, which is it works that way.
Mm. And all the while, we're still trying to pursue this Vash Stampede story. They're getting pursuing the scoops here and there, traveling from town to town, getting that. There's also been a space of plant robberies, assaults, attacks. A gang of heavies rolling into town and start busting stuff up and attacking the plants in particular.
A lot of the news stuff seems to be saying it's copycat plant robberies kind of thing, but obviously one thinks it's I know the real truth, but apparently a lot of what she reported on the prior thing was covered up or not believed anyway. It seemed too far-fetched, I guess.
And then while they're kind of bombing around, this a sandworm jumps out. It's saying, okay, not too unusual. We're on a desert planet here, no man's land. That happens right there. Oh, but it's Zazie the Beast, who you recall from the previous series. It's sort of like an
avatar of animals,
kind of the queen, or the ambassador of it now. It's all it takes over a human host, and it's just it's just Daisy the Beast. What are you doing? You're showing your face around here. It's whatever, it's you. I got something to show you. Come check this out. There's an immediate report for it. Aren't you kind of you good? Are you bad? I'm just Daisy the Beast. I'm just a worm man. Come here, I gotta show you this shit. So they go on to it's down to Crab spaceship. It's just it was a plant facility here. People cleared out of it. He was plant. Oh, it's a dead plant. What happened? Did it overuse it? From no. It went offline, or the humans they left ages ago. And it's just the chamber didn't fail. It wasn't overspent or anything like that. It just sort of without human interaction or something, or just being just trapped in the chamber, it just seemed to just die. So they kind of drained it out, and Meryl just touched it. It's like that psychic link of his memories in there before it lingers away, and kind of getting back to the kind of thing of it as well, of just these are living creatures that aren't batteries that we should be using, but this is such a harsh, inhospitable planet that we need to kind of use them or work with them to get water or clean waters. That's all. Just saying there must be must be a better way, now that we know that these are living things for using that or energy source, is there a way to do that? Because that the last guy who found out about this got really mad about us and shot a hole into the moon. So we want to try and avoid that.
One of the things that the Beast seems to be asking her, because it's basically she's like a third party that has her own interests in mind. Is why do you and Vash and Millions Knives, why do you all give a fuck about the plants, care about them, actually care about their well-being? Because you're saying, I know we need them to survive, we need to exploit them to survive. That's her words even. But also I would like to make sure that they're not getting exploited as bad as they are. I would like to give them some freedom. There's got to be some fucking happy medium that we can figure out, but I want to try and figure it out. And everyone's that is absolutely fascinating. You humans are fucking weird and entertaining. So that's literally why I brought you here, because I was curious about what you think.
They're like Millie. It's you're very straightforward, aren't you? I like that. It's oh, thank you, fun Millie. That's a compliment,
Yeah, she's saying you're stupid, and I was I'm not sure she is. I think she genuinely likes Millie. Sensible.
This may all become a moot point because it's going out across the wireless there. We've made contact. There's a fleet coming from Earth to here to off No Man's Land. They're going to fucking get us off this rock finally, and people are fun fireworks going up to fun. round for the bar. Everyone's like cracking
Yeah,
his
the
phone, saying,
fleet's going
"Hey,
to arrive in
bartender,
like
another
6
one."
months.
Finally
The
getting off
message
this
was like
place.
the fleet's arriving in 6 months and whatever amount of days or whatever. And they're like, if anyone wants to fucking hop on us, we're looking for like the next fucking planet, so we will take you off your shithole planet if you want. No fuss, no muss. Everyone's happy because a lot of people were evacuating cities that had their plans stolen. There's massive like disruption of people, and everyone's just like, we're safe then. We just need to survive another 6 months, and then we're grand.
Get the
Cool.
beers in, yeah.
And
Meanwhile, in like another place altogether, a man in bedraggled clothing and long blonde hair just stands before a piano and keeps like pressing the same key over and over again, the same mournful tone ringing out.
I did like the way it was kind of like transitioned for that, because like the revelry kind of stops for a minute while a huge hulking dude with like shriveled legs on like a wheelchair type situation like drags himself into the bar and is like, puts the money on the counter, is like, milk please. And your man's like, don't fucking come to the front, man, come around the back. And he leaves again. The revelry starts up and he's like, yeah, hey Vash, I brought you some milk, I'm gonna make you some porridge. Everyone's really nice in town, they're happy to sell me milk. And it's just like, Jesus, man. This it's a bad situation all around, basically.
Yeah. As you see from this like this strange individual like caring for this man who's called Eric. So you can see like, well,
sorry, he doesn't call him Vash. Yeah.
Vash Stampede, he's bathing him, so you see like, that's all the scars. He has the same robot arms, it's him, like, sorry.
Yeah.
And all the while he's like putting something together, like, welding something up in the garage on the back. But it's like, there's some kind of tension there. It's just like he's sitting him down to give him his usual shave, and he's like, he has to cutthroat razor like up to like, just getting in there just to get that last little bit, and it's just his hand is shaking. A massive, like, again, it's like a huge fucking like paw, and it's just like a little tiny little cutthroat razor. He's just like, and the reflection of somebody from his memories flashes up. It's like, oh, he's taking care of him. Maybe he's like, he wants him to snap out this like catatonic state so you can remember what you did. And presumably, like, he's probably like someone like, well, I know who he is. He's like somebody who's kind of important in a different spot in the comic right here now. That is getting around to like while it wasn't like Vash's like fault, it was like Eugene's supposed to kind of do it. Still, a city kind of blew up, in the aftermath of what like he was like down. So it's like bounty. One of the posters is up there. Like, as far as everybody knows, Vash Stampede blew up that city because he's a walking disaster. So it's like, for Harrow's like, the guy was this wants to preserve the sanctity of life and never kill anybody. When something like this happens to him, how does he deal with it? And presumably that's why he's in the catatonic state to begin with. Like, a whole city like vanished on like, on kind of what he could or couldn't do.
I'm like, how did you find like coming back to this season now? Because like, I would only seen a little bit of Trigun back in the day, so I was only like tertially aware of it. I never watched the whole thing or even read the whole comics. So I'm kind of like, this is the most continuous Trigun I've seen, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Again, it's just like, if we're kind of splitting up, if Trigun Stampede was doing like the original kind of the first Trigun like comic, and then it's changed again, and then we jump forward 2 years, now we're Trigun Maximum, and then it just runs in there to the end. That's what like everything that was introduced in the first part really starts to kind of kick off. We actually get moving things forward, because like the notice of a ship or fleet arriving from Earth doesn't like happen until like way later in the story. Like what wasn't near denouement. Whereas what initiates the action, because Knives, he's recuperating, regenerating somewhere. He wants like vengeance on humanity, like, for what he sees the crimes that he committed to his people. So if he gets like a shot at someone who come all the way from like the home planet, like, he's going to be all over that. That spurs him to get his like get his like police plans moving. That's why like he is like the posse of dudes who are going around ravaging and stealing the plants are his guys. If the gung ho guns are just like a bunch of like bounty hunter weirdos who've been hired to assassinate or like attack Vash Stampede and try and make him violate his code of pacifism, to a bunch of like underhand employees and like guns where you would think there would not normally be guns. Yeah, just funny with that. So that's like, you got like that's like rogues gallery of guys coming after him, and I think that's where it really kind of kicked off. And so there's some great dudes in there. Actually, the dude like the big hulking brute taking care of Eric's right here right now he's in the gang. Like, I know he is.
Mm-hmm.
So while he's like assembling there, putting together in the garage, yeah, it's going to be for his new persona, his new job down the line, whenever that comes. So it's like, they're shuffling things around, but maybe just like moving things up as well. Like the fleet coming from Earth is going to be here in half a year. He puts a clock on it, so
Yeah.
you can just like have everything be up against the clock to keep it moving. Yep, and coming back now to the look of it too as well. Yeah, they do a really good job. The landscapes and things look great. Like even for like an arid desert planet, to get some nice like colors and sunsets out of it. You have like the kind of like the nighttime skies as well. But like now they always focusing in that moon with the whole blasted off it to remind you of like what's probably going to happen again before the end of the into the story here. And just getting used to the characters again, and that's like the kind of way they move and how they feel moving. Attention then to the faces, because the faces I think we have really like cracked it with the CG models here, because those are very expressive. And again, you gotta get that MIDI right, because there'll be riots, So they've accomplished. They've done a good job now in that regard. So yeah, like I was wondering myself, did I just as much say it before? Like it had been a little while. Just like nah, but I kind of like I'm kind of backing it now, and this feels like kind of the nice like crystallization of the whole thing. So hope they kind of like that, and everything brought back. Wolfwood hasn't showed back up again, or any of those other dudes. So it's like this is gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Then next on my list, it says Digimon Beatbreak, episode 14, Tactics. In which our lads from the Tactics, we get to see them training. They have to train their e-pulse like it's a march, essentially. So I liked, because I think at the end of 12 is where it sort of loops back round and we start talking about his drumming again, and Tomoro's, because that kind of disappeared while he was being angsty. He wasn't thinking about that. And then we've got these guys coming in who's like they keep their emotions under control, so they can sustain a constant e-pulse, so that their Digimon are at full power all the time.
And it says it's like maintain control of your emotions after running this obstacle course, and I was like, but all of them have very distinct personalities and stuff, like that doesn't line up to that. But yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's what does them at the end is one of them really wants to fight the super tough guy on our glowing dawn team, and the other one wants to stay and watch the fight. Also, you get the feeling, because what their plan is, they're going to, there's what is it called before it turns into the Scorpiomon? It is called a
Sneemon, Big Mantis Yoke.
Yeah, this Digimon it turns into a lot of their bosses. Like it turns into a lot of cool Digimon. So let it evolve first, then capture it. Like just save us the trouble.
Yeah, which involves a child being iced. Which is Tomura is not going to take that, and the rest of the episode is everyone chasing the Scorpiomon, because it doesn't want to get involved in this either, so it runs into the digital world. They all chase after it. We get like I like it attacking them, our guys, and how the tactics guys react. So you get like the clear idea that Granite is probably the nice one, because he saves one of our heroes from being stabbed, and Kanama seems to be the awful one, because she throws one of our heroes towards the stinger to get stabbed.
Yeah, but it's also, isn't she the one who's like, hey, are we really going to use like a little kid as bait? And your man's like, yeah, fucking family are great bait, because they're like, their emotions run so high, they're full of e-pulse. It's great.
You're most mindful of like following orders, not breaking the rules. Is this like are we sure we should be doing this? Are we going off mission doing this fun? It's fine. I'm just watching, and that's the undoing. Also for being a tactics team, to have their Digimon and their evolutions, they have like the whole land, sea, and air covered up, just like a military unit would too.
I also like in this episode we get inner monologue from the enemy Digimon. I combined those words into a single word there. The Enimon. No, the enemy Digimon.
That's probably a
Yes.
Digimon, to be fair.
It
So
probably
yeah.
is, yes. I like that we get their inner monologues as well, while the fight's happening between Kyo and God, what's their it's Raito's the guy who hangs around. It's Naito is the guy who's fighting him.
Yeah, and he is curious to show up because they all do their digi evolutions and stuff, but they're too passionate and they're burning through the power too quickly. Even
Tomorrow.
Lizardmon, Spiky
Armor
Lizardmon. Armor Lizardmon has neutron blades. It's all fucking neutron with this fucking monster. It does double neutron blades. It's like, yeah, but you're just burning through your e-pulse, man. You can't be doing that. You got to save it for later.
What if you got guts because you're incensed at the behavior of your enemies? No, like guts, like your code didn't account for that, did it?
Yes, because Raito makes the mistake of explaining their evil plan to Tomoro, which then gives him and Gekomon a new burst of energy. And then not only does he have double blades, he can also fire a beam out of his mouth now as well. Just neutron blades, neutron beam.
Like a neutron scatter shot or something. Yeah.
Yes, they get the egg back. They get the Scorpiomon now in its tiny little baby form. And then basically it's being like a stalemate between Kyo and Naito's one at this point. As soon as Tomoro's got the egg, it's like then Kyo they let loose and slice that guy's arms off.
Yeah, because the initial thing is like, oh, he's got the advantage because we're in like a digital world that looks like a beach, and his Digimon converts sand into power.
Yes.
It can make big sand arms as well. And it was just like, so chopping off its arms. I mean, it sticks its stumps back in the beach afterwards to try and regrow its arms, but it's just kind of like, no.
But still, he's playing for keeps. Like, if every Digimon can do that, he's just going for it.
Yeah.
Oh, did he know that? I hope he did.
And then Kyo's like, right, we got the egg run. Slice that guy's arms off. We've done our job. Let's get out of here. Get that kid back.
Which is hilarious because the tactics team were all about like follow orders and always get the mission done. And like these fucking goobers went, oh, we got what we want. Let's fucking bug out, which is the correct way to do it. Like you've achieved everything you wanted to now leave. There's no reason to stick around. Which is what he should have done in the first place, which is what he gets a bollocking from his superior officer about, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, the superior officer, though, he could have also...
He fucked up as well, yeah, for sure.
Because he just wanted to fight Kyo.
The boss is always saying how Kyo this, Kyo that. I'm fucking cool too. Yeah,
you're just getting mad at your supporter for what you did. Because you both did the exact same thing.
Yeah, also the bomb one and his owner have mysteriously disappeared from last week after they captured them. They just no record of them.
They've recruited them into something, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what are they doing?
There's bounties that are picked up that are taken off the bounty board as soon as these guys make those people disappear.
Yeah, very sinister. And then next week, we just seem to have an episode with all the little baby Digimon at the orphanage. Training.
But a lot of action with other teams, so we got to have a little cute, wholesome one. Like this is what we do with all the baby ones, and why we're bringing back here. Got to remind you of what's at stake here.
It looks like a bigger Digimon beating up on the babies, and all the babies beating up on this. And I was thinking, like, would you rather like fight 100 babies, or it's one of those kind of logical questions.
100 baby Digimon and one like fully evolved Digimon. Who would win?
Yeah.
We're feeding little blobs this like Cyber Tyrannosaurus Rex. See how long they can get full.
Then we've got Hell's Paradise, episode 14, Dawn and Confusion. As I stopped this at episode 9, I didn't pick it up at episode 14.
Confusion a little bit, but I did like a good job because I didn't even think to go back and even give a little kind of glanced over events, but I did like a good job of like summoning those memories out of my mind anyway. So it's been 2 days. We haven't heard anything back from the Forbidden Island with the immortality elixir that has killed everybody who's ever like set foot in it. Well, some people have occasionally come back with like stories of it.
Like, they have one of the samurai guys who went to the island who has miraculously came back. So they're the guys representing the shogunate are like grilling him, going like, "So what the fuck did you see there? And stop being so fucking dismissive and rude, and stop saying I fucking ran the fuck away." And he's like, "I managed to come back to give this report." You know, he has to keep changing his fucking story slightly. He was delighted when the prisoner he was taking care of, was killed immediately on the boat, because he was like, "Fuck, job done. I can go home now."
He's just kind of scumbag, scraggly, like kind of tatty beard, like, nothing good about that. He's that they're right alongside like this other dude who's like, quite obviously he's very prim and proper and kind of upstanding. Gets very emotional about like the safety and care of his comrades who went to the island. That these are like the number 3 and number 2 respectively in the Asaimon executioners, like samurai clan. They don't get no respect from these other samurais. But now, like, well, job falls to you. Like, you're going to like go back and find out what happened and like find that elixir. And this is really mysterious. We're hiring like some ninjas from the crazy ninja clan that Gabimaru was from.
Well, the plan was to once again send a bunch of prisoners guarded by a samurai each, but 4 ninjas showed up and killed all those fucking prisoners. So they're like, I guess we're taking these 4 ninjas now. Like, the shogun demands that somebody go and add to the pile of bodies we keep adding to that fucking island. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, okay, before I leave, the story might throw this too. Check out the guy outside around the boat, and it's one of the massive like mutant monstrosities from the island. It's just like,
I want to say it's a giant baby head that has like a snake weaving in and out of it, is the best way I can describe it.
Or octopus arms or something like that.
Something nasty. And they were like, "Oh, don't fucking touch that thing. You'll get heebie-jeebies or something off it." And it's like, no, it doesn't have the pulse of life. Wait, no, that's Digimon. Whatever the fuck the thing is called in Hell's Paradise, he can see if it's alive or not. Yeah,
it has it all. Getter rays or something.
yeah.
To be reminded of that, because like, so on the island we're all here, like, all like the idea was to bring prisoners, a suicide squad of convicts guarded by samurai to go and find this elixir. Most of them have gotten killed off, and they've made some strange alliances. They're all scattered over the island. So you catch up with Sagiri, who was like one of the main like samurai executioner survivors, and the little band there. There was like her comrade, who was like the blind swordsman.
Yeah.
Was that?
Who now has an assistant in a small child who's
just an apprentice, like, like she's just like kind of forced her way into like there. And you have like a ninja gal who I already like, but you can't really tell. Well, you're a ninja. You're used to being duplicitous and double dealing. And is that just a way of saying, well, yes, darling, I freely admit it, but well, my God. And Sugiri's just like, I know you might turn and run at your right, but look, if we sit together and follow the one plan, from regroup, we can probably find a way to get out of this place all together. Everybody gets out alive.
Like her sincerity towards the ninja, kind of go like, I appreciate your frankness and your level-headedness, and you're being very sensible. We are going to leave this island as soon as fucking possible, but we got to find I can't forget his fucking name.
The elixir of life. Gabimaru is
Gabimaru. Yeah, we get Gabimaru and we get the fuck off. Like, because I said I keep mind of him. Like, he's got a wife at home. Come on.
He's the ultimate wife guy.
But he doesn't know that because he still has amnesia. And having that hole in his memory is kind of fucking him up, because the angriest... I want to say the angriest convict, the angriest currently living convict.
Like a raging dragon, there's the dude who's got no fucking regard. No, at this stage, he's already lost a hand in one fight because Varden gets overtaken by like the mutant infection of the island. Before they get overtaken, he cut his own hand off. But the kind of weird little doctor surgeon dudes of the samurai executioners who's come along, I just want to like cut apart these monsters and see what's inside and what's makes them go. Makes made a little hook hand for him, so he's just there. He's excited to see monsters come up around. He's like, oh, I'm getting out my sword and my kind of bone saw. Look at one here. I'm gonna go to town. Let's do and see what's inside him.
So the prisoner that his samurai guard was his brother. They were in together. They knew the plan. They show up and it's like I like this more level-headed people who are like, so we're going to team up and get out of this together, right? And then obviously Gabimaru and the very angry, scared guy who I think he spent like the prior thing like eating a bunch of monsters in a hole, so he's fucked up completely from eating monsters.
Well, he was captured and taken prisoner by the sort of immortal homunculi who rule over the entire island, and I think he escaped the process that should have digested him and made him like into the kind of like what they call it, the Tao. It's kind of like the ambrosia that they indulge in. Because kind of process, he's kind of like been infused with it, but he's like an immortal like them. And it's augmented. He's already like impressive physical abilities. We could have done them as well just for a bit, because he like, we've made a new like little kind of indoor spa for ourselves. Like, we took it out. We got like like cool pool, nice like rooms for meditation. Meditation means some of the meditation is fucking.
I like the way your
man's
very
going important
like,
for training your ki.
Yes. The water's great because it lets you train the flow fucking thing, and this fucking the fuck chamber is like also fantastic because that's good for training that one fucking thing, and it's just like you just made a resort. Like, this isn't a training facility at all, basically.
Check it out. We got the ambrosia. We distill from the bodies and souls of the people we trap in our immortal curse here. We got it here on tap. That's good stuff. Oh, lovely. So this is weird thing. Like, here's like the villains of the thing, and they're just like these kind of various like kind of degrees of like very carefree like about their immortality, and someone's just like kind of bored by it altogether, and there's different kind of stages of them. And someone's just using to spend time. We're just kind of like this fuck for all eternity because we're immortal like plant people. Yeah, sure, cool. It's all to remind you of like what they are and what their abilities are. Gabimaru is fighting away as I think his name's Choso. He's like the bandit king, and he's messing him up using all his ninja skills at it, but like he keeps regenerating.
He's not using his ninja skills. He's just being as brutal as possible. He keeps taking bites out of the guy. He bites his like Achilles tendon. He bites his jugular. Like he takes off a few fingers, spits each thing out. Thank fuck, because you see that guy's things growing back each time. And it's like, you don't want to hang on to that for too long. But like they're just going like, brutality alone isn't going to do it because you're going to need some ninja skills on that. So Gabimaru is like, I know I'm missing something in my memory, but I can't see what the fuck it is, and it's messing me up. I'll just set myself on fire. That's the quickest way to fucking end this thing,
This party now also it has May, who was like the little girl one was like clearly an escaped one of the immortal monkey. She's the same thing as well, but she can kind of see like the key of it, and like I can't remember his key is all off balance because the bit around where his head and memory should be, it's all been been blown away by like spiritual attack from before. So he's lost his memory. He can't like remember. He's all out of whack. Like he's like no, like he's trying to go with full on aggression, but you kind of need like a strong force and a weak force to complete the circle.
You need the weakness and the toughness. And at the moment he just has strength rather than weakness, which is the weakness is his wife, but that spurs him on to survive, basically, which is why he's decided to set himself on fire to defeat this guy.
And he's doing all right. He's kind of pushing it well. But then if you can't remember, if it shows some of the Bandit King, he's now like the rest of them. Like if he's kind of evolving like those other guys, they have like super monster forms they can transform into, and he figures out what his one is, turns into his super monster form. It's like, right. Now I remember all the bits and pieces of the show. Thanks for reminding me of all like the little facets of it, like elements right here.
I did like the fight between the brother as well as the tall guy with the hook hand now, because up to now he's just been commenting on the situation and having the little girl, now a little teenager, sitting on his shoulder like a parrot. But he just like he absolutely bodies this fucking guy and goes like, pick up that fucking sword again and try that shit again. You got potential, but
he is mocking him upon saying, look at that on the face of yours, those hands, like, if I haven't worked for daylights before. You've never gotten a real fight, have you? Or you've never
you had him doing all the fighting for you,
Check it out. I'm fun. This just shrugs off like off the kimonos as I phone. He's just all scared up and fun saying, pick it up. Pick it up, you little fucker. I'll show you how to use the sword. He's just like slapping him around. It is pretty satisfying because he's a duplicitous little bastard, and he's betrayed once and he will betray again. Because getting back and forth, it's kind of like throwing you like, you know, like here's our different little factions and parties here, and we'll get together in a group, and just throwing you right back into the fucking sheer brutality of it as well.
Yeah.
Like these might be like immortal like monsters, but they fucking catch it hard. Particularly of these like the biggest psychos who survived the process of Series 1 are all here. All your favorites are here, and they're as bloodthirsty as ever. So yeah, like, you know, that's kind of right. I'm kind of like I could try going and being reminded again. Oh yeah, that's why I was so big on that. That's why I finished that comic, because this is class. I love all this. So as is usual for a map production, you know, it's like laying it all out. It's like, you know, really like flying it up out the gate it is anyway, and we'll see if they can maintain that. Like, you know, that was like a thing for them as well in the latter bit of the first series there. And strange like pacing to it too, which is like unusual because it's a finished manga, so you should be able to kind of like block it out a bit better. But like that's all down to preparation and planning and good boarding. So it's, you know, they got a lot on their plate most years. So
I feel like at worst, like if this drops the ball and we drop talking about it week to week, it's probably something once it's finished, I'm just going to watch the whole thing because that'll solve a lot of the pacing issues. And if the animation has like dips and anything, you know,
yeah. I know there are moments I'm like are coming back to mind, like that'd be cool to see that type of anime. That would be nice as well. I'm trying to remember, like, you know, it feels like it's like a good bit of the way in. I don't think you could do it all in 13. You might need like a bit longer than that. And that's where the danger will come in, because if you need longer than that, that might involve like, it's probably not like 24 or so. It's more like, it's like it should be better about like if you cut it off at like 17 or 18. This is like that amount, but you're never going to get that amount.
Yeah, according to the wiki, this episode had 6 chapters worth of content in it.
Woof.
Okay. Again, it's like getting it back up to speed again, which is like it's a good idea, you know, just like move things around and bring them up so you can just like get reintroduced, or for anybody who's crazy enough to jump in right now, because basically what's happening.
So, by those things, it's like elements of 6 chapters. It's not.
I assume like they took this scene off this chapter and this scene off another chapter, and yeah.
Then we've got You and I Are Polar Opposites, episode 1. You, my polar opposite, in which we are introduced to Miyu Suzuki. She's very gregarious. She's got pink hair.
She's a gal.
Painted nails.
Total gal.
She's got loads of friends, and it's absolutely fucking exhausting for her. She explains in a monologue, and we were entirely within her in the monologue for most of the episode. Because even before the credits have run, we learn that she is in love with the stoic boy in her class, Yusuke Tani, and she just can't figure out how to admit her feelings to him.
And she's worried. She's worried to drive him away, because am I like being too genki around him, and he's just not witness. He's not never feeling that. Like he's never like angry or sad or kind. He's always just like there, so we can't really tell. Am I being annoying? Am I being endearing? I don't know.
Like she's chatting with her friends about like, oh man, I have to get my my friggin' eyelashes done. They're like, why don't you use fake eyelashes? It's like, I don't fucking like the way it is, but I've got to reapply when like the mascara when I fucking like if I get cry or sneeze and that kind of shit. And it's like,
what do you think, Tanny?
And he's like, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care about that shit. And they're just like, he's shutting me down like usual. So she's trying to involve him in the conversation, and he's like, he shut me down again. But to her friends, she's like, he shut me down. Classic him. And but that's the way she acts to everyone. So she's not acting unusually to him, but she really wants to have a conversation with him.
Yes, and she's going out of her way to make her life harder to be nicer to her friends, because she's got the one friend who constantly wants them to use whatever vouchers she's found that day. And she's like, I wanted to study and do my homework, but yes, I'll come out with you and try these enormous burgers.
I like how it's like puts together a front one. She's outgoing that, but she's also got a social battery that drains, and she just needs to like I think just get away from people, and that's probably why she's just drawing the tiny one. He's just quiet. It's just like
it's just like, chill. He tells you what he's thinking.
It's an awkward silence, like, you know, when I talk to him, but I could be like a comfortable silence if we can make it happen. And that's what I saw. That'd be so relaxing.
I like the idea that she's playing an extrovert, but is actually like just regular verted kind of thing. It's just like, all right, that was too much. I need to just sit in a bathroom stall and fucking calm down for myself.
This is what I did write notes on. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay,
you,
excellent.
but you get your chance. You get your chance. It's just like like late after school. It's like, oh, there's like Tenny getting his shoes to go home as well. There's no one else around. Hey, you want to like walk home a bit of the way together? It's just like something on occurs to this. It's like, okay, sure, and off they go. And it's just like the longest, like all the walks, like, do we just walking? Like, what the fuck do we talk about? It's just like, I don't know. It's like,
I had a really big burger, and he's like, yeah. How big? Yeah, really good. You should come out. You should come out with me sometime. We'll get burgers. And he's like, yeah, sounds cool.
okay.
And she's like, wait a minute. Is this working?
He said yes, something like that. She kind of
Usually he
wonders,
shuts her
like,
down.
is this
Like, yeah,
going on
yeah.
like that? And then it's this way, and then he takes hold of her hand, and she's just like, whoa, what's this? Like, is this happening? He said, why'd you hold my hand? Did he like me? Do I like him? I don't know. I've been trying to get back to it, but it's my all up my head. But then people, school, that they know, it's like, and the hand holding is disengaged, and it's just. Oh,
I even like the bit where she's like, I don't remember how I got home after that, and just a shot of because they go all the same direction except they split off on one bit of road, like on one corner.
But she's like, up all awake all night pondering that, and then it's just up all night awake for once, she'd be awake all night now, but then it's just like across it's just like.
Because at first she's just rotating slowly in the hallway when her big brother. I love the big brother does not have a head. It's just a voice, and every shot the big brother's in, it cuts off at the neck. You can't see what he looks like. I assume that's going to be what it's like going forward, because I thought it was very good. And then she gets back to school, and then God, what's the boy from the?
It's like Yamada, who's like the loud one in her friend group. It's just like, what? Are you going out or something? It's just no.
Yeah,
It just blurts it out.
Capacho saw the pair of you holding hands, and she's like, "Who the fuck is Capacho?" I've never heard of this.
So she has to like, she's like, this is going to be awkward, so I'm going to shut it down. It's like, it's not like that, man. We're not that way. At the moment when he fucking comes in, he's like, sorry, I just want to get, because he's sitting at your man's desk. He's like, I just want to get my books. I gotta go to the next period, kind of thing, science or whatever they're doing.
Yeah, they're going to
science. And she's like, fuck. That was
again. If he said that Yamada, well, you see one saying, oh, was I being incredibly rude back then? Oh, I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Now, I did note that this science classroom looks exactly like one of the science classrooms I had in secondary school.
That's the way they're laid out, man, with the sinks and the fucking shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was exactly that sort of table, and
okay.
And it was the extra high table with like open spaces either side, and the stalls, because we had another side. Other science rooms were not like that, but there was one specific one which was like, oh, that's exactly like the science classroom. One of the science classrooms I had at school. I also wrote down MC Scat Cat at one point. I think that was very early on in the episode where they were talking about officers attracting. Some of this notes I cannot read my own handwriting. Which is why I normally do it on the computer. I like that Tani-kun has no internal monologue.
Oh, he gets one little bit of internal monologue. Yeah. And even that is very, very short and to the point, which is nice. That he is just speaking his mind. He just doesn't think in long sentences.
Yeah, so then eventually she admits her feelings to her friends first, and then they're like, quick, run after him. He won't have got home yet. And they're like, make like your name, Suzuki. Live up to it. And then the animation
I'm going to do it. It's just like... It's like, come on, you can do it, girl. Get the face already.
I noticed that drawing is the thumbnail for the trailer on YouTube for Crunchyroll. I was like, yeah, that's the right, because it's the funniest.
Good choice.
This should say this is a show with a lot of funny drawings. Whenever she's surprised, her buns fly off the top of her head.
Yeah.
This is a very like sweet and nice show, but it's also really fucking funny. Which makes us more likely to watch it than the thing you were talking about the last day, Brian, which is like, this is just nice, and it's like there's nothing else to this than niceness, and it's like no, like you gotta have a bunch of jokes in there, and this does. So
we get like this as well, like we're not going to be like wondering all the time, well, they won't phone saying, no, we're getting this it's a confession all the way first thing.
Yes.
And then we'll see where it goes next.
It's a better way to do it. Not a will they won't they, just they will. and how will they do it? And this is the show of how they do it. And I'm like, yeah, that's great.
She eventually catches up with him after they've crossed the same bridge we've seen them cross when they walked home together previously. And then the confession comes out, and then you get like this 80s computer noise as if he's processing this, which then turns into music, which I really liked as well. It's like, okay, yeah, now I understand.
That track reminded me of something that I need to listen to it again, but I can't think of what the track is. But yeah, it sounds like some piece of music. It's really bugging me out. My brain's saying Animal Crossing or something. I'll look it up later.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, they're together by the end of the episode. I wrote down, this is just Witch Watch without the magic getting in the way of the relationship.
Which often Witch Watch is as well, but mostly Witch Watch is magic for the sake of fucking bullshit and puns. So yeah,
it was because the Yamada guy reminds me of Can.
Same haircut.
Yes.
Yeah,
You got outgoing girl with pink hair, stoic boy with black hair. I was like, yeah, I'm sure there is. You could find a litany of this this makeup of a rom-com, but the execution is fucking fantastic. I would go as far as to say it's the best thing I've watched so far this year.
It's there is a healthy amount of smears here, that bodes well for the energy of it overall.
I did look up the director to see what else we might know them from. We know them from 100% Pascal Sensei. We know they know them from they were the assistant unit director on the Inu-Oh movie.
All right.
They did 2 episodes of Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. They did 2 episodes of Wave Listen to Me.
Okay.
It looks like
Mercenary.
A lot of comedy stuff there, yeah.
Yes. It looks like, and they apparently have done 76 episodes of STARGAZE. So
they know how a sitcom works.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's
in
where
the trenches.
Yeah. But yeah, a bunch of other Science Saturday stuff as well, like Japan Sinks and Heike Story. 2 episodes of that. Yeah. So this is Lapan Track, which I think the last thing we watched of theirs was Undead Girl Murder Farce.
Okay.
I think the last 2 things they did was Shoshimin, How to Become Ordinary, which the director also worked on that as well.
Yeah, that's what I hear about as well. It's just like if you want like a fun, fucked up rom com or one of those a little bit stranger, then that's
detective story. And yeah, I should probably watch that. I imagine I would highly enjoy it.
You know, but of a similar caliber of this, it's nice. Like it's like a rom com that is like it's not self-aware, and then it's like to the point of parody. It's that like the characters in it are kind of aware of their own emotions, what they're putting out there. Just the fact that it has like, just again, I'm outgoing, but geez, I need to take a break from being outgoing sometimes. Even I do, and it's like him going, oh, did I just fucking like fucking put my foot in it there? I feel like bad immediately for just blurting that out there. I'm really sorry. Like they're good kids. They're good kids. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to like them.
There we've got Kaya-chan Isn't Scary, episode 1. Kaya-chan isn't scary.
I only caught the opening bit of this, but I get the general picture.
Yeah, the general picture is it's a kindergarten version of Hell Teacher.
Yayoi from Dark Gathering. I mean, it does even down to the haircut is very similar. It has that pink hair and the pigtails. So this is like before she got possessed by like an evil spirit, or this is like she got.
But then it reveals something right at the end of this episode where you go, okay, it's a little bit more than just Monster of the Week. There's something severely fucked up going on here.
That was the thing I liked about it, because it was doing the standard, she's the most powerful psychic. Oh, so it's freaking Mob Psycho as well. It's like, okay. So there's various hauntings of ghosts happening at the kindergarten, but she's taking care of it. But she appears to be being a precocious small child by going, no one's allowed to use the swings. There's a monster on the swings. The swings are haunted. Yes, but she can't explain that because she's a little fucking kid.
Yes.
But yeah,
that is the fun thing about how her anti-ghost behavior comes across to adults as just the behavior of a particularly obstinate toddler. Yeah, so
Which they're all like, yeah, she's like, they're like that sometimes. They grow out of it, so don't worry. Just try and accommodate as much as you can.
yeah, because she's telling people not to use the swings. This kid, he goes and uses the swings and asks for somebody to push him, and so when the monster obliges, and it makes Mr. Blobby noises as it tries to throw him into his mouth.
Don't go over the bar. You turn inside out.
It is to knock him off the swing into the gaping maw of this monster in like the sand pit or whatever. But
so Kai-chan races across the playground, beats the monster up, and is it Chi? Yeah, is the main kindergarten supervisor who's like, did I see a monster? Did she just defeat him? No, there's no such thing as monsters. I definitely didn't see a small child defeat a monster there. Let's move on with my life, and then we get the narrator explain that this is the most powerful psychic in the world, and she's a small child and goes to this school.
the next one is there's a book that like a little kid's book that's like the dog's hiding with his eyes. Is like the dog says peekaboo, and you turn the page and the dog is like woo, you know, and then the cat says, the bird says, and then it's like, and then there's a monster. There's a monster in the fucking book, not like Grover at the end of the book.
No.
That's different.
Oh no.
But anyway, so she's taping up all the books. All the children's books. She's like, and the teacher's like, you can't fucking do that. Like the other kids want to read that book, and everyone's like, yeah, well, I mean, like I got to do it on all the books. And she's like, how many fucking books have you done this to? Like a giant pile of children's books. And the teacher's like, all right, you're going on break. I'm fucking undoing this thing. And it's like, oh yeah, I remember this book when I was a kid. Oh Jesus, there's a fucking monster in this fucking book, which comes out, tries to get her. Kid shows up, beats the shit out of the monster, and she's like, right. We're getting rid of all these other fucking books. And I was just like, she just left them out to be recycled. So the principal takes them. I was like, I didn't know we're getting rid of these, off to the secondhand shop. And it's like, and no one knows where the books are now. So now you're scared of children's books. Which I like that kind of spooky story thing vibe, but it's like, you should have just put them in the bin, honestly. Like, but all right.
It's a bit kind of Tales of the Crypt. Kind of a job there. Like, whoa.
Yeah. Then we're checking in the next morning, and her dad's going to take her to the kindergarten, but the problem is her dad's not feeling great because he's got a ghost possessing his head, and so she casually dismisses the ghost from his head, has to walk him past various other ghosts on the way to school.
Like, yeah, it's like, hey dad, your hair's messed up, it's like, let me fix it. And he's like, oh thanks. And it's like, hey dad, watch out, there's a dog shit. And he's like, oh fuck, where is it? I didn't step in it, did I?
Dog shit.
But I thought for a while, until we had the brushing out of the head, that we weren't going to see the dad's head. It was going to be again that same situation, but we do see the dad's head several times, so it's fine.
And then this time there is a toilet ghost who keeps on locking children in the toilet with it.
So you can't get out of the cubicle from the inside, but it's really easy to open from the outside. So as long as someone comes for you, you're grand. So you're just screaming, let me out of the toilet. Like, you know, a teacher will come. But so she gets one kid out and then breaks the fucking toilet trying to kill this ghost. So the teacher's like, why the fuck did you break the shitter? What in God's name did you do, small child? And the teacher, who was saved from a fucking storybook, was like, no, it was me. I was trying to fix it after she
yeah, that's
like,
that's the bit after the second child gets trapped in the
sorry
toilet.
yeah,
yes, is then she lies for Kaya when they rescue the second child, because they've been told toilet's out of action, the door keeps getting stuck, don't use that toilet, which means if you need to go to the loo, go to the fucking toilet, because
don't hold it in until you're busted.
But this one
good advice
kid,
in general, but
this
yeah,
one kid holds it in and's like, I'm going to use the toilet I'm not supposed to use, and Kaya says,
you watch out for the teacher and tell me, like, if the teacher's coming, basically.
And she asks Kaya, well, you save me if I'm in trouble, and so Kaya does that very thing, races in, destroys the toilet, rescues her from the toilet monster. It's not a cute. It's not a cute. They only give the name of the pop-up book monster. I wish they kind of give all these monsters names. And then she covers, say, "Oh no, it was me. I did it. Kai-chan didn't do that." And then Kai's like, "Why would you lie for me?" And she's like, "Well, it's because I'm your teacher. I'm supposed to be looking after you."
Also, you proved to me monsters are real, and you're actively fighting them. So you know.
So I'm going to cover for your monster hunting. And then we go home. Dad picks her up from school.
And she says to the other teacher, it's like, yeah, her dad drops her off and picks her up. Like, what's her mom situation? It's like, oh, you don't know about the mom situation. And it's just like, she goes home, it's like, I'm going upstairs to mommy. It's like, no, honey, don't go upstairs. Mommy's got a headache. So you leave mommy out of this kind of thing. And it says like,
Yeah,
It's not good. I don't know what the fuck
there-
is.
there's some big horrible monster in Mum's room.
We just see the eye of it. It closes the door after it, and it's like, so she might be the most powerful psychic, as the narrator says. It's like, but that is more powerful than her. Whatever the fuck is in her mom's room. So it's like, that's a nice twist. I do like that.
And that's your hook. It's not just
Yeah.
cute kid solves kindergarten mysteries. There is some sort of larger ongoing plot. It is
Again, like Dark Gathering, trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like take out the monster
That's true.
imprisoning her mother.
Yes, it is a well constructed first episode.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to have time to watch it with everything else.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Then we got My Hero Academia Vigilantes Season 2, Episode 2, Crabtastic Rampage, which mostly follow our undercover crab cop with her snip fingers, which can cut anything that she can fit in between her fingers. And then she doesn't have to be next to them. She can do it like you go with this finger snapping in Giant Robo.
Yeah, the best kind.
Yeah, so it's it's actual like thinking about a police procedural stuff. It's like, okay, we know they're shipping them through these shipments of crabs and whatnot, but I'm just gonna like pretend we need to do a restock because they're loading them up. It's like, don't worry about it. The boss told me to come down here and do this. So she's looking for one that doesn't fit, and there's like they got a party box A, party box B, party box C, and it's like, oh, there's a party box D. That's not on the fucking the rota, so I'm gonna fucking crack that open. It's like, it's not in here. It's the extra fucking cooling packs. That's how they fucking smuggle the drugs. Very clever, drug dealers. But as soon as she's questioned by one guy, she's like, I know every fucking intern in this fucking place. Who the fuck are you? Because you're not on the regular employee. And that's when he smiles and a big scar appears across his face. And it's like, oh fuck.
I bet if you watch that back and see, it's like, did his like face physically change? Or just like, it's a kind of on the affect. And then it's just like, oh, as soon as his expression changes and obviously the big scar appears, does that like? Is that
I assume it's like glowing through his skin or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it feels like he's just like like background character when he's just like, oh, I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to do that. But like is it just like just down to the face expression changing to that menacing grin and then that coming on that does it? But anyways, this dude's got some fucking speed powers. He's just dodging bullets and like we can't touch him.
And more importantly, it's the guy who recovered the remaining bee at the end of the last season.
Yeah, so we know he's up to. I was going to say business. Oh God, damn it, me. Anyway, but he grabs her gun. He grabs the stock thing, which is all like the stock thing is the evidence and that kind of thing. And he's doing a runner. But fortunately, Fatgum and the police have been hiding in the warehouse this entire time, so they weren't leaving her out on the lurch. And I was like, okay, so they're trying to catch him, but super speed is pretty good, but it appears to be very short bursts of super speed, as one of the cops noticed. So if I just I was going to say wing him. If I just catch him in the leg, he can't run very fast if he's shot in the leg, right?
Yeah, is that after he's reprogrammed all the mechs?
He's like, I got my hands up, but then he's moving one hand like super speed to reprogram the mechs on the pad that he has that he's stolen as the evidence on it. Because the mechs are then running towards the van to blow up the evidence. Of the drugs in the van, so all the crab mechs have been programmed to. Actually, no, he programmed them initially to attack Fatgum, and Fatgum's like, "I'm going to beat the shit out of these guys," and she's like, "Don't do it. These are innocent guys being remote controlled in crab mechs," and he's like, "Fucking, this makes my life very awkward." That's when she reveals the snips.
Yeah, he cuts them out, and then is this like it's here as well that the perp, moving at super speed is like, you can't. It's like he's going so fast. It's like everyone else is just frozen in place. Takes out everyone's gun, and this side still puts a bullet in them each, and then like so world comes undone, and they just all shot simultaneously. How do you do that?
Did this come before fucking Quicksilver in the X-Men First Class or after? That's the thing I was trying to remember.
That was like 2010 or something, wasn't it? So yeah,
it's a good bit for a speedster, like the ease of which super speed solves a lot.
Also,
of
Dio did it first before Quicksilver in that movie did. And who knows? I mean, Quicksilver did that in the comics before Dio did it.
Yeah.
But this is after Sukachi has managed to shoot him, much to his annoyance. This guardman's like, "How the fuck did you manage to shoot me? You normal."
That's why he has to rely on using their guns against them. Yeah.
But also they're using rubber bullets.
Yeah.
But he says it will still hurt. And then they realise, oh no, there's another mech. It's the one that pops in.
Pop is used for the
We've got to
stage
go and
show.
deal with that one.
So they leave the cops to catch our speedster, which is how he manages to get away from just like the cops like piling on him, and just takes each of their guns, like gives them a shot. And he says like, I'm a nice guy, I'm going to shoot you in the body armor, but it's going to fucking hurt though, because you shot me in the leg. I'm annoyed at you now. So yeah, it's Facum and herself going up to try and save Pop from the situation, but Facum can run at the speed of a big man, and that's as fast as he can go, unfortunately.
It's just like a job for the crawler, but only if I had my some kind of disguise. Like but he spies in the crowd. Aha! He catches up with Pop. He's like, "Make way! It's time for this is a job for the crawler." Osaka like All Might limited edition hoodie version.
Yeah, and he catches up, he sticks to the mech, and then he's like, now what? It's like, I haven't thought that far ahead.
Well, Kaneko is on the case. Yeah,
Facum knows how to do the fastball special.
Yeah, exactly it. And it's not just anything that fits between her fingers, anything fits between her legs. So watch out, boys. You can also sever that like very cleanly.
Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on. But
they put it there.
I was going to say, the guy got there first with Keko Kamen's special attack. Yes, but the crab is going to explode, so they can't get away in time because Pop trips over and Koichi has to go back to fetch her. So Fat Girl leaps on the bomb and absorbs the shock, turning him into his non-fat form. And so he
totally ripped, blonde, handsome.
Well, underneath all the fat
version.
Yeah, underneath the fat is fucking like just muscle, just pure muscle to move around like that the way he does. It's a pity that they make Pop fall down, but like literally, she could leap away if you didn't make her fall down on a random fire.
Yeah, and that's an annoying thing that this comic does as well. For everything, it gets right up to formula. It's just like also Pop was there, and it feels like she's just kind of like. Knuckle Duster was like he's kind of like more or less out of the story right now. You'll see bits in first, but he feels more person sometimes than she does. And it's just like that's fucking.
He got more of an arc, basically. Yeah.
It's like she's doing the idol stuff. She's trying to make a career out of that. Kind of the same. That seems to be all she's ever up to.
I do like them though pondering: should we stay and help the police, or should we just go home? And then they just go home. But they left the
they go to the manager. They kind of look at him and go like, "This is all your fault, technically." And he's like, and the police are like, "You let them go?" And he's like, "Well, I mean, like it is all my fault." Like so, yeah. But they left me their business card, and the cop is like, "My sister's their fucking manager." Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna. And even like the cop banter where the crab one is kind of like, Facum's like, shouldn't you not have used your powers? Like you're a cop, not a superhero. And she's like, yep, I'm gonna have to fill out a lot of fucking paperwork because I'm not allowed to use my powers as a cop. So yeah.
Do we know what the brothers' powers are?
No.
Sukauchi, did he even have a quirk?
That's the.
Statistically, he probably does. Like,
if it does, it's come up like in a panel because I can't think of anything. I think he's just like just a cop on the force because it's like we need to have some kind of point of contact with the heroes and the regular police whoever used there.
It'd be fun, like if it was like his sister on Touch is like a human lie detector. Like it'd be fun if it was something like on Touch, he can tell if you're hungry or like something that's like that's not really gonna come up or something.
I can shoot water out of his finger like Deku's marmos of him. It's just like it doesn't really come up.
Yes.
I can open like a bottle of beer with my ears. Let's do that. That's pretty good work.
Useful. Yeah.
It's more of a party trick. Like, if I do that with a regular ear, if it's trained enough.
Yeah, it's never come up that he's got a quirk or not. It comes up that his ancestors had the lie detector quirk because All for One has stolen one in the past. But obviously he doesn't because we know the sister got that power instead.
And they never do anything where he's always wearing gloves to make sure he doesn't use his powers or anything like that. So
that'd be too much if a cop was also a lie detector. They're going, will that be handy?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that probably annoys him even further that his sister's got the power and
It would be better for me.
Using it to further her career.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the important thing here is sort of properly introducing us to the Scarred Man, which I think he does a very good. It's weird, the shadowing of the face, I'm not sure works quite as well in animation as it did in the comic, in a black and white
Yeah,
comic.
your man's style is really.
It was a
nice
really
for...
big peak and a cap. It was a very sunny day outside.
Yeah, but in general, this story is kind of just a diversion to introduce him.
Also, to go like, hey, what?
Go
let's
to
go
also
to
go see Facom and catch
Yeah.
It's like, oh, when are you going to see him otherwise?
It's more world building. That's nice.
Then I think I got the episode title wrong last time, and the episode number. This time though, I'm right. It's Golden Kamuy episode 51. Send up the fireworks. We're off to the beer factory to catch Jack the Ripper, who may be the real Jack the Ripper. We did the maths. It's a possibility.
Live tonight.
There's so many characters at play. Loads of disguises.
We see everybody thinks of each other in the group because, like, okay, we're going to have like the teams and the roles. It's just like,
yeah. So everyone has to have one guy disguised as a prostitute, one guy who's going to be the
on lookout,
the spotter, and then the other guy who's going to be the guy who's good at murdering. And I was like, well, all our murder guys are really good at murder, so shouldn't we just leave it on? It's like, and your man's just like, just in case something goes wrong, I've given everyone these fireworks. So when you see him, set off these fireworks, and we'll all come rushing to that area. And I was like, this is a sensible plan. Let's watch it go to shit, which you know is going to happen.
It's kind of a toss-up between who has to don like the sex worker disguise and who's the lookout for, and saying, I feel like there's some kind of like bullying of saying, but I'm not putting on her dress. You're gonna, but I think I'd be better on lookout. No, I'm not putting on her dress. Like Botaro, maybe you'd been a better lookout, but I suppose they're kind of relying on like his devastating good looks to
see that's the
disguise
thing.
a bit more.
Yeah. There's some people who are obviously going to be and they're going to clear out the regular streetwalker prostitutes beforehand, so that they're the only prostitutes there for Jack the Ripper to target, because he is targeting this area. And it's obvious in some of them. Obviously, it's going to be Shiraishi. Like no fucking question. You just know the worst detective. Of course, he's going to be the bait basically in this case, because he's not good at anything except bad luck. That's the thing he's good at.
Kadokura, yes, has. Yeah, well, no, it's a good disguise, because Ushiyama says that Kadokura looks exactly like the last woman he had sex with.
That's true. That's true.
Who's fucking dare like putting Kiribus? This it's like, I'm not comfortable with this conversation right now. We post in the mention.
And your pirate, they point out that while he is disguised as a woman, he is far too tall and muscular for it to be an effective disguise.
He's too sexy to be a prostitute. That's the problem. Yeah. He's got the beautiful lock stuff. So yeah.
The main problem with Kadokura though is it Usami?
Usami stumbles upon him. Yeah.
Yes.
He's like,
excuse me, miss.
Excuse me, Streetwalker. Would you mind? I got this map here of this beer factory. I think I'm here in this circle. Holy shit! It's the fucking warden. What are the odds? You're a prostitute now. Wow.
He's muttering away to himself, going like, "No, I'm trying to find it now, but I've been wanking all night now. I've got. I don't have enough. Job." He's like, "What is he talking about? Go away."
I don't have enough cum to cover this whole factory, is something he says, or something like that, to cover this whole area basically. And it was just, your man's just like, oh Jesus, I hope he doesn't fucking spot me. He spots him, recognizes him, goes like, wow, you've fallen on hard times, you're a prostitute, but you look great. Like, I'm glad you're.
I'm happy for you. I hope
and then he remembers
he's with
Hijikata, and then he spends the rest of the episode chasing Kadokura around the episode.
And he isn't, like, as Kadokura points out, he had so many options of people to chase, but he just fucking chases him. Like, he could have broken off and chased someone who's slightly slower or something. No, he chases him specifically. He's like, why? Why? Because you have bad luck. Because you have really bad luck. That's why.
Yes, he could have followed the correct orders from Tsurumi
and
tried to recover Jack the Ripper.
Well, it's a good thing Ushiyama was there, because Usami's a psycho and he'll fight to the fun and bitter end. But it's like he goes and he laces like the butt of the rifle into Ushiyama's face. He's just like, that's cute. He picks him up like airplane ride. You're going like a ninja star.
Kirito has to do the Matrix dodging
like
to
fun to
avoid.
slide.
But he catches like his face in slow mo. That's a really nice shot.
He's
Yeah,
just totally expressionless as he's sailing over it.
he's just ragdolling through the air,
Oh,
man. What
man.
expression would he be able to pull? We've established I guess in some cases formally Sarumi guys are in town as well.
Yeah, well, the seventh
yeah,
is
so-
here, but
yeah.
these are the guys who are like Koito was just like, I don't know about Sumi, I think he's lying to us, and then Tsukishima is just like, he makes some good points, but when I hear from him, it's just like act cool
Yeah.
for now and just like stay on mission.
And
But then
we've
all the
also
stuff
got-
lands on top of them, boys. What the fuck, Jack the Ripper? Sammy, what are you doing wanking everywhere? What's going on? It's just like arriving at this state of
So
chaos.
The initial problem is that our worst detective ever is like, fucking set off the fireworks, I'm about to get my ass killed. So the lads are rushing towards his area, which does not have Jack the Ripper. Then the area that does have Jack the Ripper at it has set off their fireworks. Everyone's like, fucking, I guess we go to that one because he's running that way now. But, you know, they're trying to figure out what these initially good plan has gone to shit immediately, obviously. Yeah.
The other guys here are Kikuta, the guy who's been sent to spy on Sarumi from Central Command.
Yeah. Poor old Nikaido's there.
Yes.
God bless him.
Hijikata confronts our Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper.
He ends up going into the factory. A bunch of the 7th Division chase Sugimoto and a Serper into the factory. We've also outside, we've got Vasily and Ogata taking pot shots at each other.
It's initially Ogata's trying to take a shot at a Serpa because again they were saying it's like, why are we bringing a Serpa? It's like it's because she's like, I'm fully committed to this, I'm involved in this now, and also she's bait for Ogata, who's they say literally like when he's betrayed like everyone, so literally he's just gonna like try and kill you because that would upset everyone.
But like his haunted brother, like who appears to him, is kind of like being his sixth sense now because Vasily like to shot him, but it's like if only like the spirit of his brother hadn't like spooked him this then he wouldn't have ducked down because.
But he did shoot him right in the reloading chamber of his rifle, so he can't reload, so he needs to steal another gun just to get down onto the ground, rob one of the lads' guns. Your man, when he tried to push, hit Ujiyama in the face with his butt of his rifle. And also everyone has to escape into the factory. And I was like, yes, here we go. Everything's going to shit.
Yes.
Chaos one breaks. So I got a bunch of the 7 guys. They happen to find Sugimoto. Nikaido is like, I finally get my shot. In fact, like all my arms have been replaced by like things with like guns and chopsticks in the fingers and dumb shit like that. I'm going to finally get it over. We smashed all the barrels and we've been swept away in a tide of beer. And they landed in the back chamber and they are, for lack of a better word, all of them are locked. They are locked.
There's like it's Sugimoto, Nikaido, Koito, and Tsukishima. It's because they all scream at the same time that the barrels burst. It all flows straight into their mouths.
When Sugimoto kind of gets up, it's like, wow, that's a smooth taste. I assume like saying the slogan of the thing.
I'm Immortal Sugimoto. I'll fucking fight all of you.
And your man kind of going like, Sugimoto, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and he's trying to set off his shotgun leg, and he just like rockets himself into the air, like does a flip. Our eyebrows boy is just like lolling around on the ground, like he can't do anything. It's great.
Paralytic.
This has separated a Serpa, and she's being caught by Kikuto, who's he's trying to convince her to come along so that she can learn the truth about the murders from Sarumi. And
it's like, I fucking know, I was there. He can tell you the truth about it. You know what his plan is, but also he might fucking know that thing. And she's like,
poison arrow, bitch. Got right in your nose. Boy, they did say she's done off her show, but she's always realizing, like, you know how deadly this is. You've seen what it can do to a bear, so what's going to do to you? Just even the threat of that. I think half of those have been poison arrows, but like we don't know that. We're not like a wily.
I think it has to go in like a certain distance for the poison gets you. Like it's on the stick, not on the arrowhead, because the stick is the part that's soaked in it, or something like that. I think how it works.
Don't know that.
But they don't. she might have grabbed one of her regular arrows. You don't know, but you can't fucking risk it because you will die instantly if it is the right arrow. Yeah.
And as one of the few sensible people, yes, he puts her down, and she just tells him to back off while pointing the bow and arrow at her. But then your fella shows up with Kanakura again. Just more carnage. Ogata has paid a guy to go and get the gun so that he gets shot instead of him. So now he.
I really like how that was shot, where it's just like you see him running for the gun, and you think it's Ogata because he said he was going to go get that gun, but then you see like the guy get sniped, and then some face we've never seen, and coins fly out of the hood, and I was like, it was such a succinct way of doing it. It kept the action going without needing to. Actually, I replaced him. Really good. He grabs a gun, jumps into the factory. Everyone's in the fucking factory.
Yeah, Serpa's back in the factory, and she gets spotted by Jack the Ripper, and that's where we leave it.
Like, Jack the Ripper's heavily damaged, and he didn't even get to kill any young women tonight. What? It's just like, oh god damn it! Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong.
You kind of messed him up good. Good at murdering, but not so much at the fighting. And somewhere in the middle of all this fucking. Someone would say like a Ueji, the child killer, is just like seeing, oh boy, fireworks, yes.
Because there's confusion about, because they set the fireworks off. The fireworks are supposed to show when you've seen the Jack the Ripper. They set it off because they've seen the 7th Division show up. And then a second one goes off, and they're like, okay, that either Jack the Ripper's moved, or that, and then eventually everything comes into. Everyone's got a lay of the land. Except maybe
half of you are drunk off your fucking arse.
Yes, because Shirashi goes in the building, and then we lose sight of him. He loses sight of Serpa and Sugimoto, and then I don't think we see him again for the rest of the episode. So he's somewhere lost in the brewery.
I mean, like he might just be drunk in a corner. So
yeah, I mean, I know where it goes, and I know. Yeah, it's setting up for some amazing physical action. So I'm really looking forward to next week's episode. Then we've got Hell Teacher Nube, episode 15. I didn't get the episode title for this one.
The Time Traveling Exorcist, or the Exorcist Who Left Through Time.
Yeah.
Again with this. They're stuck on this idea, but it's a different kind. It's a different kind of yokai. It's like, it appears it's a bag of money that will, like, it's hanging from a thread in the sky, and it's this. If you're pure of heart, allow you to go back in time to, like, a moment you regretted and you had the opportunity to try and change it. Or else if it's bad, or if it's bad, you just eat you because you're like, oh my god, I was so greedy for money.
So yeah, and it's the kids explaining this from their Book of Yokai book. Wouldn't you
know? That's a load of bullshit, isn't it?
Nube is like, the odds of that that's a very rare yokai. The odds of that happening are extremely low. Immediately outside the school, he's like, holy shit, it's that magic bag that they were just talking about. I'm glad they established that earlier in the classroom. And he's like, I do, and because they're asking, what
my share of regrets.
Because the kids' regrets are like, man, I would totally go eat that extra ice cream the other day that I fucking didn't. Because afterwards I was like, that's too much ice cream. But their regrets are minor and childish. Whereas nobody's like, I live life without regrets, and it's like, except for that fucking thing that haunts me to my
except for my dead teacher, my dead mentor.
Yeah, because he tries the bag, gets sucked into the time tunnel that is in it, because he is pure of heart, and he's reliving, he's skipping through various points of his childhood where he had a really cool teacher who was also a psychic and was constantly pulling ghosts off of him because he was constantly
football and it's like super class teacher. We'll always have cats outside him with a sunny, like the best, absolute best teacher.
But obviously every time she was pulling a ghost off of him with psychic powers, she was infusing some of her psychic powers into him, which meant she had less to defend herself when a shitload of fucking ghosts come after her, including a big snake that had a hold of him at one point.
Well, the snake is the big one because this is like this is a death curse. Like it's that bad, and it's again not allowed to go and say, I will not allow you to harm any one of my precious students. It's like he's getting all the catchphrases off of her because she was a cool second teacher. Like.
Yeah, and she was always looking out for him because he was like, he's like, everyone thinks I'm a creepy guy and I'm gonna ruin the fucking photos because
But
it's
he's
gonna get
ghost bait.
haunted or something. And she's just like, yeah, I came from a long line of psychics, and I was also called like a weirdo when I was a kid too. So I
I'll be
want
no
to look after
semi,
you.
I'll have you know.
Yeah.
she's got a pedigree.
So yeah, she gets it. So she wants to help him out, and it's just like, and so he finally gets to the point in his life. Okay, I can't do anything different up until the point that of the one thing I'm allowed to change. So when she pulls like all those ghosts out of me, I'm gonna make sure that I grab that fucking snake and make sure that she doesn't get the death curse, because she'll be grand if she doesn't get that one. So he tries summoning his monster hand through time. I think how he has to do it differently, because obviously he's a little kid. He hasn't got a monster hand yet. He's got regular
Nube,
human
you
hands.
can't do that. I'll create a time paradox because human hand didn't exist back then.
But yeah, she seems to recognize that to some extent, and kind of just leaves him off with the words. It's like, yeah, just like save loads of people, do your best, live a good life. Bye. I'm gonna die now, because like blood dripping from her fucking face, kind of thing. And he ends up back in the present to all the kids, going like, Nube, are you okay? You were passed out on the ground for no goddamn reason. But a reminder that he has saved all of these children from various kinds of ghosts last season. So yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing what his teacher wanted.
It's coming out swinging with this with this like, second series there. It's like laying it out. It's like, this is so bad it can get. This is how bad it was. It's like, we're getting like a lot more depth to Nube as well, because like, what's to do with that hand? What's up with that freaking hand? Are we ever going to find out? Is that like, because like also in the opener and the closer, we're getting like a lot more things added in there. It was like fucking at one point, he seems to have fought Baphomet. Like that particular game was like, okay, there's been a whole like story about that. Will we see that happen? Maybe. Yeah. This one I kind of forgot. Like, is it kind of has like a bit like Dark Garrett is good at. It's like one scene and one little kind of bit is going to like unsettle me a bit, or it's even the concept of it like get unnerve you. I caught back up with the first one there, like with the parallel point saying, "Oh, this isn't an illusion that you're gonna guys. This is a potential like outcome if you don't like get if you don't fucking get your shit together." It's like, oh,
yeah.
That's
like that
this
was
a
possible
bad end for all this. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, this is a scary dream. It's like, no, this is a reality in which I get completely fucked up. So don't let that happen in your reality, basically. Yeah. It is showing like how, because it's been fairly not light or anything, but it is going like, no, ghosts are really they'll fuck you up, man. They'll
make your neck pretty
good.
long, It's just kind of just stupid shit.
Whatever.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay, then here we go. It is episode 50 of Jujutsu Kaisen, about the Culling game.
Okay.
I know.
Who likes flowcharts? Who likes flowcharts?
To know about the Culling game. So yeah, it's like 20 minutes of our.
They're going down to every rule on the list. This like, okay, well that rule doesn't make any sense. I mean, like, no, like, let's say if it's all like everyone going like, I don't know, I'll look it up online, I'll go to fucking like, Yu-Gi-Oh wiki and see if that's like a violation of the rules. It was reminding me of that way, but it's like, can you do that? Like, like what's in this particular game scenario, what happens right there? I don't know. It's ever happened like in tournament play. We got to like consult like, can we do this or not? It was just that all the way down the list of rules. There's like doing all of this.
Rule of like, here's the rule that you can add a new rule as long as it doesn't interfere with the continuation of the game, and also the master of the game, the GM, fucking says that it's cool, and the GM is the list of rules. It's not a person. These rules can determine their own rules, AI, basically.
Because. But we do get Kenjaku's name. We learn that this wizard is not the wizard you think it is. It's this guy from 1,000 years ago called Kenjaku. And he's doing this because he wants to force Tengen to merge with the human race. And there's a whole load of reasons of how he's managing to... He's got around loads of loopholes. So we've got to use more loopholes to unloop his loopholes.
And establishing the thing of like, that flashback to like the lads when they were teens and shit. It's like, and they were gonna like sacrifice like a little girl to me, but then she got like like shot with a gun.
Well,
'Cause
she
gun-
was
gun
going to
also
become
works.
like the vessel for him, and I think
And it's like, now that I didn't get a vessel, I'm essentially a cursed spirit, so he could, like capture me, like a cursed spirit Pokemon. That is a thing you can do, as we've established. So, and the problem is, I'm kind of connected to like the world now.
the
So
whole
yeah,
country.
no,
Yes.
like just the whole planet technically. So he's going to
Yes,
start with
'cause
the country basically of Japan.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tengen explains. Yeah, I don't have my own personality anymore. I'm essentially
It's only
the world.
barriers holding this together, like me being able to talk to you right now. I'm not a person anymore, by the way. So sorry about
Yes,
that.
because I like Yuji go, why do you look like this? And he's like, well, if you were 500 years old, you'd look like this as well. That is the funniest line in the episode until we get to the bit at the end.
It's just like all the questions about the rules of one. It's like, I got a question. What's up with your face, man? It's like Yuji. It's
A
very
fair
rude.
question. A fair
Yes.
question. He's supposed to
But,
be like
yeah.
a guy, but he's like a big pudgy. Like it looks
It-
like he has like an animatronic head from fucking Space Precinct. Again, another
The,
Jerry Anderson reference. This fucking thing.
A sentient thumb with eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say their project planning goes a lot better and a lot quicker than it doesn't work. It only took them 20 minutes to come up with a coherent plan.
It's all the swooshing around fucking flowcharts, man. It just gets shit done.
But it also is a very boring cartoon to watch.
Yeah.
But the fact
Yeah.
that
It's all
a
happening
cartoon-
in like in infinite
Yes.
white space as well. It's just like, okay, you were fucking like dying for like to do this one, weren't you?
Well,
I mean, like,
Yeah, I still understood it better than I did reading it. Because when you're
Yeah.
reading it on the page, you just fucking glaze over. At least there's
Read these
different voices
spreadsheets. Here you go.
talking to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the one that I liked in the comic of them all just sitting down discussing legal terms, which was really funny to me reading it. And I'm guessing it's going to be a similar episode to this one. That might be this season, but yeah.
I want the episode like or the one with the sorcerer lawyer to have like fucking Law and Order style like cuts.
Dun, dun.
So essentially, it's right. You two need to protect me. Like two of you need to stay here and protect me from Kenja.
I think it says one person. If one person volunteers to protect him, but two people volunteer, so he's like, "Cool, works out."
There's three he suggests do it.
Yeah.
And two of them volunteer. Then our two main guys have got to go and find the dropout and recruit him to the plan. The third year dropout, go and find him, recruit him to the plan.
You also got to go find this sorcerer called Angel, because here's the thing that would destroy this curse. And our friggin' our Six Eyes boy destroyed that years ago. Here's this also magic rope that would destroy the thing. Also, he sent you guys to destroy that rope years ago, and I was like, yeah, we tried looking for another rope.
To find more rope. Yeah, they used it up in a previous storyline. Is where they
Yeah.
used like rope up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they went to Africa.
But it's just funny. It's like, so we only have this
out.
one person who can undo curses, because those other two things could have done on curses, but we've already fucking used those. God damn it.
But yeah, another 1,000-year-old sorcerer has appeared. Is taking part in the Culling game. So go find her and use her power. Meanwhile, we'll go and recover. Maki's going to recover the tools that her family pulled out of the skull.
And she says, like, that should be easy enough because he's the boss now, and so he owns all those. You're just kind of like, fucking what? It's like, it's a long story. I'm not going to fucking get into it.
And then go and find Panda, because it's like she's fairly certain that she's immune to the rules of
she
having
doesn't
a
have
power
sorcery,
so she
because
can
it's
go
like
in.
they can't take my sorcery away and therefore kill my brain.
Yes.
And also, I don't think Panda has a brain, so I guess he'll be useful as well.
Yeah.
I think he's just stuffed with fluff like Winnie the Pooh. So I think we're going to be good with Panda. Like, let's go with that.
It's like, there's something in him, like, it's like a cursed energy battery.
It's not like organs and stuff. You can curse like a brain. Like, yeah, you're grand.
And then Yuta, he's going to do some reconnoitering in a different colony away from the other lads, so they don't accidentally fight each other.
Yeah, because if they end up in the same space, they have to fight to the death. That's the rule they keep going back to: fight to the death. You know, and they're like,
well, that's the one. That's the one they kind of go, oh, makes sense. Okay, moving on. Then you get a bit of that point saying, well, you don't need to kind of like analyze the fucking legality of this one on this. It makes pretty sense. They're going to fucking kill you.
Obviously, it bothers Yuji of like, so I'm going to have to kill more people. Great. fucking fantastic. The one thing I said I'm going to stop doing, I have to enter this game where you explicitly have to kill people.
Nube is saying, no, I think there's a way around that. I think there's a way around that.
Yeah.
I think it's all, if I remember correctly, it's all going to be about putting additional rules to give other ways of getting
Get enough points. Yeah, yeah.
But also to like have a finish condition. There's no finish condition in the game right now, so we got to figure that one out too. How do we end this game?
Oh, and they do mention actually in this one as well. The reason why it doesn't have a finish condition, this entire thing is just to build up like cursed energy. Obviously, it fucking is.
Yes. Yeah, essentially it's all a distraction for what Kajaku's really planning, and they don't know why he's playing it. And then we've got the flowcharts. We're off on our missions, and then we cut to a comedian bombing on stage, being yelled at by the promoter of the gig. Telling you to quit comedy. You're 35 years old. You're not funny. Yeah, while comedians can come out of nowhere at any age, those guys were just funny. They just had people,
but just undiscovered or whatever.
Funny. But then the other comedian tells him, "Don't listen to him. There's plenty of people who aren't funny who've made it. You have to decide what you are."
There's two kind of comedians: people who are funny, people who aren't fucking funny, but like just
convinced they are. Yeah,
are convinced they are. So.
Thanks, Ken Koba Sensei.
And,
I told you I'm not him. I just look like him. Nah, yeah. Okay.
Yes, our standard comedian is going, it was 50-50, 50-70. No, it's probably 70-30. And then we learned that he is a Culling game contestant. Our stand-up comedian who is heavily featured in the opening credits.
More on him later.
Yes. Yeah. He is the best character.
I hope they do a good job of him because, best character for sure. That's
possibly
introduced
in
this
series. Definitely the one in this arc, but I feel like he may be the best character in the entire series.
It will take on extra layers now because you often don't parse this search and read in the comic. It's just he's wearing half a costume. The other half of his like costume is like it's exposed like flesh. It's just like it's all hanging out there. Well, nice dick. That's kind of underpants, but it's just that's a stupid costume. You'll sell that much more across when you see it colored in emotion. Yeah.
There's some interesting sorcerers that are going to be in this, like visually, but he's the most fun character. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And trying to figure out how his fucking power works as well. It's also fun. It's like, wow, how is he doing that? What's his deal?
Yeah. And he gets the best arc, but it won't be in this part of the series.
No.
I forget that there's another arc after the Culling game as well. That's the thing. So assume there's like 3 seasons left. 2 of this, 2 of the Culling game, and then 1
the last one. Yeah.
This was fine. Like I said, it was better than how it came across in the comic. But it is a lot. It's like I said, it's a PowerPoint presentation.
Table setting is what it is.
They're writing the
and it's a big table.
Then to finish things off, Ganglion episode 14. I hate justice, which we carry on with his wife's speech about how she really cannot abide the behaviour of Hope Man and his underling. Look at what they've done to these poor, and then she gets so angry she
just kind of comes down top of of his broken leg and it's like, I'm sorry, honey.
He's like, can we speak it to man outside, Hope Man? And then they go outside. He takes his mask off. That fucker didn't even let.
Gives him a right bollock and like
the general finish his speech. You got the rules.
And it's like you didn't even let him finish his speech, and then like Hope Man is like, I'll fucking get you this time. Hope Man is like he rattles off the speech because he's heard it like a lot of times. He's like, didn't even let him finish speech. And because I had the captain's armband, he was chasing me down specifically. I was scared out of my fucking mind, man.
I'm sorry, Anarchy. I'm sorry, Big Brother, saying, don't fucking call me Big Brother. And I forbid you from seeing my sister when I'm laying into you. I'm so pissed at you right now. It's like, fuck, how this is kind of flying out of hand. But we gotta go back now into the room now. This is awkward there. But then they hear like cheering and laughing coming from the hospital. I was like, whoa, what are they doing while we were outside?
They had this big emotional moment, and presumably next episode it's all going to have been resolved. But they were away is so good.
Hope Man, too, you're all right actually. We just got off on the wrong foot. This guy's nuts. I love him.
Yeah, that's definitely what
Mm.
it sounded like, is that they had befriended Hope Man 2 while the other two's backs were turned, and now the pair of them are going to be mad, not only against Hope Man 2, but also everybody else.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
continues to be a very good
Professionals,
show.
acting like it.
Yeah, and this is the one where, because the speech of like, you're supposed to let him finish the speech, it gives you the pretense, it gives you the idea that this entire thing is a pretense for something else, like it's there.
Like, I think it's a thing about, like, because they said it's for like retired security guys
Yes.
or something like that. Like, it's a thing for them to do, and all of their things are like environmental things. We're going to destroy Japan's pride by killing its favorite
Destroying
volcano.
Mount Fuji, and then all the
Or it's
places
like,
don't make sense anymore because the
we're going
Fuji
to spray
bit's gone.
seawater into the middle of town. I think it's like environmental messages, and then Hope Man comes and defeats the environmental problems. Like, yeah, it's a whole fucking thing. But like, obviously, you know, the two evil organization and the good organization are in communication with each other. They do have to like sign off on the same things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I like just getting the hint of it, and knowing
Yeah.
that this was a single volume manga, so we're probably never going to get a full explanation. It'll just be. We should
Yeah,
mention, we
that's
did
fine.
mention it last week. We got a new end credits and directed
gorgeous
by
end
credit
Shinya
sequence.
Ohira doing them.
Mm.
Yeah, it's so we got that. We got Star Wars Visions Black last year from him, and then we got these end credits. Yeah, it is very. It is like a very depressing walk home at night for our hero. Is what it's animating. Yeah, it's wonderfully atmospheric. Have you watched Star Wars Visions Black yet, either of you?
I don't think so. I don't think I
not
watched
gone
the
around
second
to it
season.
again.
Yeah,
It's just
I
kind
should.
of a general like hesitancy about like Star Wars Visions.
Yeah, just watch.
I can watch more
one.
Fist of the North Star instead. Says I.
It's worth watching just that one. I've not watched any of the other season 3 ones. I just heard that.
Okay.
An absolute masterpiece.
There's even so many in that bunch are just like those are sequels to ones that I did not give a good goddamn about. Like I probably will not give a good goddamn about this time either. Like, can we get like fucking like what's his face? Fucking the guy who does all the good ones and Love, Death and Robots, and get him in to do a couple of these. It could be great.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's probably still doing more Love, Death and Robots.
Frank Valley, something Valley.
Yeah,
Robert Valley.
Robert Valley, thank you.
Yeah, it's the guy who did the rock band Beatles.
Yeah, that's right.
Animation.
Yeah.
Yes, it'd be great. Because I guess Volume 1 was anime, Volume 2 was other countries, Volume 3 is anime again. I don't know if they've got any more. It's clear, like, people from watching Black, it's clear, like, I feel like that if you want to do something absolutely wild and ambitious, that is the arena where they're likely to say yes, go ahead. Which then makes me think, having now seen somebody do something super wild and ambitious and out of the ballpark for Star Wars normally, it's like, I guess everybody else is just not wanting to do that.
Yeah,
it's just
maybe
too many
scared
of them. Too many of them, whether I don't know what this was by diktat or just because we felt we should have done this space, that I've definitely in the first batch of Star Wars Vision, it's just like these are all meant to be fucking like backdoor pilots for everything that comes out, and fucking some of them were, because we're getting sequels to a lot of them in this batch. It's just like, well, my suspicions bore out then, so like, should I bother with this because I won't get like a complete like this interpretation or something like I want to see what you would do different with it, rather than like give them more things that they can kind of maybe spin off into a limited series on fucking Disney Plus, because they're all starved for more Star Wars shit in there.
Yeah, whereas that Black is like, I guess you can just do whatever the fuck you like with Star Wars. You don't have to.
I wish they would.
Yeah, I mean, clearly you can, and they'll let you under the right circumstances. So it's just, like I say, begs the question why more people doing the Vision stuff. I guess the Aardman one, there's not going to be another one of that, and it is just that one's like, it's fun to see an Aardman style thing in Star Wars. But yeah, that Black is so good, because it's part of it so good because it's Star Wars, and you can't believe they're doing that with what they're doing with Star Wars in that. But it would be good anyway. But the fact that it's Star Wars gives it an extra bit of frisson as you're going. They don't normally let people do this, do they? And then you think, I guess they
Nobody
Andor,
asked.
You got Andor as well, so yeah, I guess they do. They just gonna.
Sometimes they make the mistake of letting someone do something interesting with the franchise.
Yes. I suspect it might be that they're always hoping that somebody will do something interesting with the franchise.
Yeah, but then they want to fucking put the reins of control on them and take all the creativity out of it. So yeah.
I think when you, I think the issue was with the core storyline is the bit you can't mess with. I think on the periphery, I think you probably could be a bit more wilder. Anyway, that's it for now. I did watch a little bit of Love Is Prism. There's 20 fucking episodes. Look through a prism. There's 20 fucking episodes. So
you dropped. Didn't learn, huh? I suppose that's not one of trying to build steam for. It's
they
one
do
of our.
Yeah, and I will say, if you do watch it, put on the UK closed caption subtitles, not the English subtitles, because the English subtitles are bad. They're bad in that they use Americanisms and it's British people talking. So I stopped when there was a guy, the main male character goes, "It's 2 blocks that away." Nobody in England would say it's 2 blocks that way. Turn left.
Concern it.
Yes. But also earlier on, they refer to a birthday as the anniversary of her birth. And I was like, is this been machine translated? And I was like,
or transliteration, or could be that as well.
But then the Americanisms make me think it's not machine translated. The dub is pretty good. I've seen people concerned it's got AI backgrounds. I'm not 100% sure that is the case. Because I think I've only seen the first episode.
We could be just like a melty reference photo.
Yeah, because the thing behind me is definitely you can buy the postcard that this image looks exactly like on eBay, and it's from it's from 1910 as well, which makes me wonder if they've taken loads of postcards. But there's some scenes where the background text looks like it might be AI, but then you see that same background at multiple angles. And at some angles, the text is clear, which makes me wonder if they've taken the clear
and like cartoonized
it
in Photoshop or something.
Yes, and manipulated it to change the angles on it. Because some of it feels like the visual artifacts you'd get when they touched up the clear photo referencing they were using in the London parts of Lupin Part 6. So for me, the jury's out on that, and I think you'd go insane trying to go figure out which backgrounds are AI and which ones are hand drawn. To be honest, it's not.
Yeah, I remember
feel like
a lot of people have that kind of thing where they're seeing something that's bad or shite or whatever, like the subtitles are going, and then seeing another fucking thing and it's like that's a smoking gun of AI. It is like not necessarily. Like I watched someone do a breakdown of some of the last season of One Punch Man, which had some truly atrocious animation, but it's like no, this is just lazy. This is just lazy animation. They just fucked up. They fucked up the layering. Like they put it looks like she's extra fingers because they left the prior frame
suddenly.
On.
And they don't know how to do it. They gotta do it for and we got dead on the meat.
They just gotta pump it out. Like that's and that's not necessarily the animator's fault. That's like pushing them so hard that they're not making good shit.
Pushing out like episodes of a TV show no one wants to watch for a comic that nobody can really buy because it barely ever comes out. So what's the idea behind this exactly?
Right, that's it. A little bit less next week, I think, at least for me.
A touch a little faster.
Bye for now.
And good luck.